Black man, get the fuck off Twitter and get out on these streets and help yourselves. This is Dee, and this is the Come Up Straight Up. This is Dee. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Well, guys, I am back with this new video, and honestly, you guys, it's been kind of a rough week with my mom being hospitalized, but there are events that occurred this week that I have to speak on. I actually had not planned to do this video. I was actually going to upload a haul on my channel, Pretty and Things, which I am still going to do, but sometimes you feel compelled to say something, and just a lightweight, lighthearted video, though needed, was just not going to cut it. I mean, there are things that I feel I have to say. Before I get into it, you guys, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you are aware whenever I upload a new video just like this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it, you guys. I sometimes struggle with being creative in my thumbnails. That's not my wheelhouse. But I did I created the thumbnails for this particular video, boom, like that. Because the initial topic of this video was why Black women must cape for Black men. That was supposed to be the topic of this video. Caping for Black men does not mean becoming their punching bag, allowing them to take out this rage and frustration on Black women, as is so often the case. Black women, first and foremost, must cape for themselves. Why aren't Black men as a collective marching on Washington? Where are the modern day Martin Luther Kings? Where are the modern day Malcolm X? All I seem to see from Black men these days are, Black Twitter, all this outrage on Twitter. Black man, get the fuck off Twitter and get out on these streets and help yourselves. We don't see the collective Black men as a whole getting together and saying no more. We are not going to allow this to happen to us anymore. We are going to stand up non-violently, and we are going to affect change in this country to make things better for ourselves and for our sons. Why aren't we seeing that? I think about Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement, and how, although things are bad now, it was 100 times worse then. Black people could be lynched, and we had no recourse. We had virtually no rights. And yet, despite all of that, there were people willing to risk their lives to do what is right, to advance the culture, to fight for our civil rights. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they were killed, but they were willing to die for the cause, because the cause was bigger than them. And I don't see that. Am I wrong? Where is that? Where are the Black men willing to fight for themselves? And I don't mean like the Obama or rappers and all of that. Although their voice, they obviously, their voice should be heard in all of this because of their platform and their notoriety, and that's cool. But that, I don't believe that's not necessarily their responsibility. Where is the average everyday Black man to whom this happens on a daily basis? In this particular George Floyd case, the police officer who flat out murdered this man on camera hasn't even been arrested. To his credit, the mayor of Minneapolis, where this occurred, Jacob Frey, he gave a press conference today, and he flat out, condemned this man and the police, the system that had not even arrested them. This man said, we need to do what is right not only for our city, but for the Black community, and arrest these people. And it is amazing to me. And there was another case maybe a month ago where a Black man was killed by two white men. I believe this was in Alabama, and it took outrage, public outrage, for them to even be arrested. And it's like, we get so upset about these cases, these individual incidents, and we get so worked up, and then it dies down until the next one. And it's just, like today I read an Instagram post uploaded by Snoop Dogg, who I absolutely adore. But this post showed a Black woman with a dozen guns lined up on her front lawn, and something about she is ready to protect her Black son, just in the wake of all this. But it's like, how does that benefit us? How does that benefit anything? It's ridiculous. And you say, oh, well, they're killing us. We it's our right to fight back, but that's not fighting back. And nor is it productive in the long run. All that is doing is confirming what they think of us. They are violent people. Right now, as of today is May 28th. Right now in Minnesota, Minneapolis, where this situation occurred, there are Black people rioting and burning down buildings. Why is that always often our reaction? And then that sort of plays into their hands. Well, you see how they are? They are violent people. So yeah, we may have our one-offs. Yeah, this one may have been wrong. Yeah, this guy may have been wrong. This cop was wrong. But hey, you see why we have to shoot first and ask questions later? Look how they act. Look how they react. And our reaction in this violent manner, unfortunately, is consistent, and it does not and has not benefited us. I think of somebody, again, like Martin Luther King, and how incredibly effective and valuable he would have been today, and how somebody like him could actually affect change today. Because this was not a politician. This was an ordinary person standing up. This was not a person advocating violence. This was not a person advocating hate. This was a person advocating rights for everybody, and that everybody was entitled to the right to vote and to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their race, creed, or color. People talk about the civil rights union, the movement, and it being nonviolent, and we should stand up in arms and shoot and all that crap. Guess what? This nonviolent civil rights movement was the last movement that actually worked for us. The divisiveness within our community just plays into the hands of those who continue and will continue to keep us down. Over the last few years, it just seems that Black people in general have been just drinking the Kool-Aid. If you think about it, this divisiveness that has been now at the forefront for the last couple of years, this light skin versus dark skin, this Black man pitted against Black women. Why has this become such a thing recently? I'm not saying it hasn't always been in our community, but not to the extent that it is now, not publicly. We do not value ourselves. And so how can those who already see us as less than value us? When I think back on all the energy that was brought against Jody Turner Smith for marrying a white man, and when I think of how Black men subsequently treated Black women who supported her and called us bed wenches, it just boggles my mind that that same energy that is being used to hurt your own people is not being used to help yourself. I'm sorry, but no one should be working harder to help you more than you. And until that happens on a large scale, organized, productive, non-violent manner, this type of thing is going to continue to happen time and time again. As the civil rights movement proved, change doesn't just happen. And it is unfortunate that the Black people, Black men in particular, that led the charge to civil rights for all of us. It is so tragic that that spirit doesn't seem to exist within our men, certainly to the extent that it needs to be today. Black men who led the civil rights movement were just tired of being powerless, being victimized, and standing back and accepting it. They knew the dangers, but they were willing to take that chance and put themselves in harm's way to advance the culture. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I look forward to your comments and your feedback. I hope you guys will follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My handles are below. So until next time, mwah.